The way that schools and traditional education teach us about money, it makes us think in the opposite direction if you want to build a life of financial freedom. So today we're talking about millionaire mindsets, mandatory if you want to become wealthy.
So real quick, that's my brother Mike. I'm Maddie. We founded Koi to help creators achieve freedom by building an online education business. What is this millionaire mindset? Where did this idea come from?
When it comes to money mindsets, I like to think about it in sort of a funnel. First is why we even spend money at all. The second thing is how we should be spending the money. The third thing is what we should be spending money on. When you're a student, you think about like, how do I study? Like, how do I spend my time? All of my college years, spending a lot of time studying. And I was doing it very inefficiently and very incorrectly, but I was just spending more and more time just to try to get better results. And then when I went to medical school, I started learning how to study better. Best thing I did was start paying money to improve my learning efficiency. So I bought resources, I bought courses, I bought books. From then on, the amount of time that I spent studying was so much more efficient, and it made the return on investment I spent studying was way more effective, way more efficient. I had so much more time. Obviously, when you're starting out, you do have to spend more time to make money, but as soon as you have the opportunity, you should try to switch to spending money to make more money. When it comes to business, speed is the name of the game. When opportunities come and they go, then the opportunity is gone. If you're not able to act in that moment, then you lost that opportunity. If you're trying to spend time rather than money, you will usually take a longer time.
Instead of trying to save money, you want to get back as much time. So it's just that flipping of the mindset.
All right, so let's move on to the second part of the funnel. This is how to spend money. I've always thought about like price, right? That's what most people think about is how much does this cost? But it was only recently in entrepreneurship when I started thinking about how much does it cost if I don't buy this thing, right? The opportunity cost. So two examples here that really help me understand this. The first one is if you're making a decision about buying a course that helps you get better grades. Let's say this course costs, I don't know, how much do I say? $300, right? Normally I would just think about, okay, this costs $300. I'm gonna be down $300. But if I am in trouble, if I'm struggling, if I'm about to fail out of school, what is the cost of not buying this course, right? I have to repeat the entire year. And I mean, at least in the US, a semester, it could be thousands or 5 figures. I will be repeating a year and I would be losing all that money having to repeat the year. So I wouldn't actually be down $300. I'd be saving that amount if I were in that situation. If you're in marriage, and it's not going well and you're struggling, you could think about paying for a counselor or a relationship coach or a therapist, right? All these people cost money. Let's say they cost $300 for like a therapist, an hour of time for the therapist. Would you be down $300? Or think about what would happen if you didn't pay $300 and you got a divorce? You would lose half of your net worth, right? That's like a huge loss of money. So are you really paying $300 or are you trying to save half your net worth? That's what I mean about thinking about opportunity costs.
It's not even the money at the end of the day that's like the thing that you're paying with. You're paying with all the stress, all of the sleepless nights that you're having, all of the, the anxiety, the worry that just festers in your mind. Those are the things that actually like prevent you from making progress or like building your business, more so than just not having that problem fixed.
I love that you mention that because at the end of the day, money is a funny thing. It's just a transfer of value. Money is a container of value. And the things that we want, we always want to think about what sort of value is at stake here. Your happiness, your health, your financial future for you and your family. But this story really captures it. Name me something that you value a lot, that costs a lot of money.
Like a house, I guess, because I know that's going to accrue over time with value.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good example. Okay, so let's say a house. Let's say that you want a house, and if you're living in the economy right now in California, at least, right? We're here in SoCal, so the housing market is kind of ridiculous. You want a house, and living in a house is valuable to you, but you don't have the money for it, right? So what if tomorrow I come to you and I say, hey, I have a house for sale and I can sell it to you for $100. And let's say you don't even have $100. What are you going to do? You're gonna
I would
do
find $100.
everything
That's a
it
great deal.
takes. You're gonna go and find $100 somewhere, right? Even if you're dead broke and you have no money at all, you're gonna go and
Hmm.
find that money to buy the house for $100 because you
Hmm.
understand how much value that house has. You're gonna go and scramble. You're gonna try to find $100 no matter what, because you
Hmm.
understand the
Right.
value. The hard part, where it requires a lot of nuance and perspective and decision making, is not everything looks like a Lamborghini, right? Maybe a coaching session that costs $1,000 is more valuable than Lamborghini, right? What if you get coaching from, I don't know, like Elon Musk for $1,000? That is extremely valuable, but it doesn't appear like that on the surface. So you got to really think about what is the value that you're looking for, what is at stake, and you got to make the decision based on the opportunity cost.
I think I was listening to a podcast by Daniel Priestley about like a mindset shift about what it takes to be successful as an entrepreneur, especially when you don't have a lot of money. Is that, like you said, money is just something that comes and goes. It just changes hands between people, and it's always an exchange of value. So if you don't have money, just be a middleman, and you have to find someone who does have money and see how you can provide them value so that they can just you can just borrow their money. I don't have money, so I'm gonna find Maddie who wants this house, and I'm going to find someone else who's willing to sell their house. If I can broker that deal, there's the value I can provide there, and then you can probably earn something in the middle, and you don't have to spend a dime.
The biggest companies in the world do that, right? Like
Hmm.
Airbnb is just someone wants to rent out their house and someone wants a place to stay. Airbnb just connects
Hmm.
them. Or like
Right.
Netflix,
Uber, same thing.
people, Uber,
Yeah.
exactly. Netflix, like Amazon, so many things. All right, so moving on to the third part of the funnel here is what? What are we going to spend our money on? There's a lot of things that you should spend it on, but to boil it down to three things, first thing would be speed. And the reason speed is something you spend it on because time is our most valuable, non-redeemable resource. Can't get more time. So if you can get something faster, then it's that much more valuable. This is why Amazon wins. You can get something to you immediately. When you get something faster and that thing is painful, then you get to bypass all the pain. So the second thing is to spend money on certainty. So when you spend the money, how likely is it that you're going to get the value that you want? I think one of the prime examples of certainty is whether or not you should go to college, whether or not you should pay for college. Because for a long time, people felt like if they went to college, after they graduate, there would be a job waiting for them. There would be a rich and long career ahead of them. But more and more, it's not becoming the case. More and more, it's becoming that even if you have a degree, even if you graduate, even if you have multiple degrees, the certainty of having a job or a stable career is not there anymore. There are people who wouldn't pay like $2,000 to a millionaire to teach them how to become a millionaire, right? Then again, they would not even hesitate or blink an eye and spend $20,000 by going to college. So there
Hmm.
is a big disconnect there, I think. And it all has to do with certainty. And we've grown up with a narrative. Society thinks that way. And I think it's time that when you have your own money, when you're looking to spend money, you got to reevaluate the situation you're in.
This idea called herd mentality. All your teachers tell you to go to college. Your parents tell you to go to college. Your siblings go to college. Your siblings get full rides to college or something. Everyone is telling you and funneling people to college, so it feels certain. If you're thinking about spending money on something that seems like a gamble, look for guarantees, look for bonuses. A lot of smart businessmen and businesswomen are so certain in their results that they can drive that they will even offer sometimes ridiculous guarantees. Like, if you don't get the outcome that you want, I'll work with you for free until I do. Some like full money back guarantee if I don't get you the result that you want. So that's just another way to increase your certainty is just ask. You can ask, like, what are the results? What kind of guarantees do you have if I'm going to purchase something? And that should help you at least alleviate some of that stress.
Yeah, totally agree. That herd mentality thing is so funny. Herd mentality is the mindless and easy way out of the situation. So you don't want to think you're just going to spend money because that's what other people are spending money on. But you got to
Hmm.
think. You got to take a pause and think about the consequences.
Yeah, I think that's a lot easier said than done nowadays, especially just because since we're all so chronically online, there's so much shiny object syndrome everywhere. Like, we get emails almost daily from people saying, "Hey, we have this new opportunity. You can make some money. We have this new thing coming out." And everyone's trying to distract us and take a little bit of our money up, obviously.
I think the thing that just ties them all together is ROI, return on investment, right? Whether you're getting speed, whether you're getting certainty, or whether you're getting value through solving problems, these are all things that you get back. So those are the money mindsets that you should think about and want to think about it in this sort of funnel. But always think strategically, how do I spend this $100 so that in the next few months, this $100 becomes $200? You don't want to lose that. Even if it's a small amount, you don't want to lose it. And a few months later, how do I spend this $200 so that it for sure in the next few months, it becomes $500? And that's just the game of business. It is just making calculated strategic decisions and continuing to multiply your money.